What is up? um, I did not upload a video yesterday. Um, I was just bored. Didn't really have anything to upload. And so I want your guys' help. I've been looking at um, RCs and to buy. And so basically, my budget's 200 bucks. And I was looking at a Red Cat. It's a pretty huge freaking monster truck. 4-wheel drive, brushless, waterproof. It's closer to a 1/8 scale. Compared to my Slasher, but I could also get like a Brush Traxxas Rustler, a Brush Traxxas Stampede. I could get a brushed Traxxas Bandit. There's a lot of other brushed RC cars that I could get, like ECX brand. I could get an Amp MT. I could get, a Ruckus. I could get, Evader. I can get there's a lot of RCs out there, brushed, under 200 bucks. I really want a monster truck to take outside, bash, 4-wheel drive. Some water, at least water resistant, where I can take silicone, waterproof it as best as I can, and go outside, in the mud, in the rain, in the snow. It doesn't matter where I drive it, it will be able to handle it like 4-wheel drive. I was trying to find something that has brushless, that's 4-wheel drive. And there's a lot of Chinese different brand RC cars and whatnot, like Nitro RCX has a bunch of different brushless cars under 200 bucks. But then you gotta spend money on a battery, money on a radio. So that's around 250 bucks right there. So I was looking at this Red Cat truck, and the videos on YouTube are of the original Red Cat Terremoto. And the difference between the original Red Cat Terremoto and the V2 are not totally different. The only thing I can really point out is the steering setup. On the original one, if you search Red Cat Terremoto 10 on YouTube, that's pretty much all you'll find is the original Terremoto 10. And I was looking on websites, Google images of the V2, which is the truck that Red Cat offers now. They were having some issues with this original version, like the hex pins were breaking under 3S power. You just stock out of the box. If you slap a 3S LiPo in there, the hex pins are gonna snap and your wheels gonna fly off and whatnot. And their steering mechanism is totally different on the V2. The original has, so basically, the servo is up front by the body mount. The steering mechanism is on this side that has like a belt crank thing that sits right here, right in front of the ESC and receiver, and it basically sways back and forth to move the wheels. And so basically, the V2 has a dual steering setup, 2 servos, and they link underneath, and that is freaking cool. On Red Cat's website, they only, measure in millimeters. The one truck I was looking at was like 340 millimeters long. And that's around 14 inches. Around there, somewhere around there. I can't remember exactly the exact measurements right off the top of my head. I did this yesterday. But the Terremoto has a wheelbase of like 410 millimeters or something like that. And the length of the Terremoto is 500 millimeters, which is almost 2 feet long. Just a couple inches off. It's like 20 inches long. And it's almost 17 inches wide. So it is a big truck. The ground clearance, the stock setup is around 2 inches of ground clearance. But they have the shocks all the way out on the arms, and you can bring them in like 3 positions. So tons of ground clearance. It's a big truck. 4-wheel drive, brushless. And the chassis layout is pretty much, it's thinner, it's not as wide. It's like a Stampede kind of, but instead of, skid plates like this, it's a flat piece and there's a gap right here. There's the transmission set up underneath the motor, and there's a drive shaft that goes to the front diff and to the rear diff. And then the drive shafts, all 4 corners, are dog bones on the diff side, but constant velocity on the wheel side. And has all metal shocks, adjustable. So basically, that truck's $190. The parts are super cheap, so if it does break something, I can replace it cheap. If I don't like it, I can turn around and sell it for 200, 250, 260, because the retail is $300 brand new. So I could easily sell it for $250, make $60 profit, and then go and buy a different truck. Or instead of going through that whole ordeal, I could build the 2 trucks that I have to make them where it doesn't matter what I'm doing with them, they will be able to withstand the punishment. Again, some people have different issues on Traxxas vehicles than others. Like, the only thing I've actually broken on this truck, this front tie bar right here. I don't know if you can see that. That front tie bar right there broke. I've had the rear skid plate break, and 1 rear stock A-arm. Instead of buying stock replacements, I went out and bought RPM A-arms. Once I switched to the RPM in the rear, I still had the stock in the front. They were just so much better. The truck performed totally different. So I went ahead, when I had money stocked up, I went and bought RPM A-arms for the front. Haven't had any issues so far. Haven't had any issues with the shock towers. The body mount did break or bend on this one, if you can see. Any slash owner will recognize that, and you can see it's kind of tilted. But the most money I spent on this truck: batteries, servos, and motors. Okay, been through 2 servos. The stock one, a Metal Gear servo, and this one hasn't gave up on me, and this was a really cheap replacement. Should have gone with the servo in the first place. Bought a battery expansion kit, which I will be needing to swap over to Dracula when I get him back, because the J-Concepts Overtray needs this longer battery post to clip on, and then I'll put another one right here so it clips on this shock tower, this one, and up here. Then have Velcro here, 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 and here, and maybe here. I don't know. Then that should keep dirt, water, stuff out of my chassis tub, so the receiver will stay dry. And I'm still gonna silicone the bottom piece and the bottom holes to make sure that I don't get any water in my receivers. Again, one of my one of my buddies is actually donating parts to get Roadkill running. And if you're watching this, thank you a ton, man. I really appreciate it. If it wasn't for you, this truck probably would be retired. But eventually, when Roadkill is running, I think I need a different name for him. Because I have Dracula, and that's a red themed RC. I'm not going to be dumping a bunch of upgrades in Dracula besides the J Concepts Overtray and the battery expansion kit. Other than that, when I do get my Redcat Terremoto, I am releasing the name early because it is a blue themed RC, or going to be, and its name is going to be Apollo. I don't know if RC Mayhem, RC Bros 2000, or Radio Control 360, or Dark Web Descartes has an RC named Apollo yet. But if they do, let me know in the comments. If they do in fact have an RC named Apollo, I'll figure out a different name. But once I get Roadkill running, I think I have to come up with another name. Because when Roadkill is running, it's not going to be Roadkill no more. It will be pretty much my main truck to play with until the summer hits. Then I'll be playing with Dracula a lot, because if I'm gonna try the Overtray on this Flash first, if it actually helps, then I'm gonna switch it over to the other one, because I haven't had any issues with this receiver box, and the servo is waterproof now. So, but hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope it wasn't too long of a video for you guys. It's gonna take a while to upload, but please comment, subscribe for more, and make sure to hit that like button. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.